Six Flags New England is the self-proclaimed thrill capital of New England, and it's not hard to see why. The park has nearly 50 different rides and attractions, including 12 different roller coasters. So in this video, I will rank my top 15 favorite rides currently at Six Flags New England, both on the dry side and the Hurricane Harbor Water Park. During this countdown, I will also mix in some defunct rides I rode as well, but they will not be part of the official 15. Starting off this list at number 15 is Houdini the Great Escape. This Vekoma Madhouse is arguably the best themed attraction in the park. It features a solid pre-show establishing a creepy atmosphere, and then the ride tricks you that you're actually inverting as the room spins around you. And because of the range of movement on the seats in this particular version, the inverting effect on this one is far more convincing than other rides. And one of the defunct rides that I'd put next would be Splashwater Falls. This was a relatively rare spinning raft ride. While the ride looked like a water ride, it was really more of a spinning ride in my opinion. You would come off this attraction bone dry, but you would spin non-stop the whole way down. And that final double down sometimes gave a tummy tickling sensation. Up next would have been Red River Rapids, and this is actually the ride that Splashwater Falls actually replaced. This was a small log flume, but was my favorite ride when I visited Riverside as a young kid. It was your average classic aero log flume. It had a small drop, but it was decent. Number 14, Cyborg Hyperdrive. This indoor chance freestyle is the spiritual successor to the old Joker's Wildcard. The ride has some light theming, although the audio is challenging to hear over the ride itself. The indoor setting's biggest advantage is the near misses that it creates throughout the ride with the ceiling and walls. While this ride does have a really short cycle, it does have a few intense spots, most notably on the final spin, which is oddly the fastest part of the ride. Number 13, Swiss Family Toboggan. The first of two water slides on this list is the park's family raft slide. This one may look innocent, but you really slide up the sides of the slide, and it really feels like your raft will tip over at many points. Number 12, Blizzard River. This is a decent river rapids ride. None of the rapids are overly wild, but the turbulent water keeps you on your edge. And this one does feature a double waterfall on hot summer days, plus a mist-filled tunnel with some theming to the penguin. Number 11, Typhoon. This is the signature attraction in Hurricane Harbor. This pro slide water coaster doesn't offer as much airtime as the newer water coasters. Plus, this one uses conveyor belts to propel riders uphill, which is not as exciting as magnets or water jets. However, Typhoon is still a wonderful water slide because of all the sizable drops. Not many water slides offer as many drops as this. Number 10, Riddler Revenge. Before 2017, this ride would have been nowhere near this list. But the new trains with the vest restraints turned Riddler Revenge into a ride I avoid for over a decade into one I try to ride every visit. This Vekoma SLC doesn't track the best, but the new trains eliminate all headbanging, which allows me to appreciate the wild and compact layout's disorienting aversions. Up next would have been another defunct ride in Time Warp. This was a rare Vekoma air jumper wedged inside Pandemonium's turnaround. This ride looks similar to the other inverting pendulums out there, but Time Warp's vehicle was more open and the hang time seemed even more sustained. Then would have come Cyclone. I only rode this after Six Flags modified the original Riverside Cyclone, so unfortunately it was a relatively slow and awkwardly paced coaster. However, it still had 4 steep and sizable drops with some powerful ejector airtime if you rode it in the back. The ride was bumpy, but I did enjoy it for the ride's few intense moments, and I have a separate review that goes into more detail. Number 9, Thunderbolt. The park's only remaining wood coaster is a decent one. The figure 8 layout has several smaller pops of airtime, but the final bunny hill delivers a very powerful pop of airtime throughout the whole train. Plus, the ride is quite smooth considering it's over 70 years old. Up next would have been Catapult. This was one of just 2 S&S Sky Swats ever produced. The ride was a maintenance and capacity nightmare, but the ride was an exciting one. The feeling of being flung towards the ground only to peel out at the last second was a very unique visual, and the motion resulted in some freaky hang time too. Number 8. Scream. The park's 205-foot or 62-meter tall drop tower can operate with 3 different programs. Space Shot mode where it blasts you up, Turbo Drop where it blasts you down, or Combo mode where it does both. This ranking is contingent upon Combo mode. The ride's placement atop the hill gives fantastic views of both the park and Connecticut River, and you get some decent floater airtime atop the launch and a solid stomach-dropping sensation on the descent. Number 7. Batman the Dark Knight. This is an extremely compact Balzer and Mabillard floorless coaster. While it isn't overly forceful compared to a Batman the Ride clone, it is a relatively smooth ride with a few decent inversions, most notably the awesome zero-G roll. The hang time that element provides is incredible. I have a separate review that goes into more detail on this multi-looper. Number 6. Pandemonium. The park's premier family coaster is a guilty pleasure of mine. This spinning coaster has a few solid drops, especially if you take them sideways or in reverse, and the cars usually spin quite a bit throughout the helixes and finale as well. Number 5. New England Sky Screamer. Once the world's tallest sky flyer, the New England Sky Screamer is still an imposing attraction. Standing 400 feet or 122 meters tall, this swing ride offers breathtaking views of the park and surrounding area. Plus, it is downright terrifying seeing that you're supported by these tiny chains as your swing dances in the wind. And if you visit during Fright Fest, the park will actually operate the Star Flyer backwards for an even greater thrill. Number 4. Joker. This S&S free spin is a solid ride. The flipping is more plentiful on the green side, but the flips are better timed on the purple side. I love how the top section violently flips you over after the first drop, and if you can manage to get a flip on a Raven turn, an occurrence that seems more common on the purple side, you are in for a treat. This ride is a disorienting blur and unlike anything else in the park. Number 3. Harley Quinn Spinsanity. The park's best non-coaster is the Zamperla Giant Discovery. This frisbee swings perilously close to the Joker, and it offers some fantastic forces. The max swings deliver some nice and sustained floater airtime, and on the downswings, you really feel the ride's speed and power. Plus, this ride runs a super long cycle. Before jumping into Six Flags New England's amazing top 2, there is one other closed ride that would have made the top 3, and that is none other than Goliath, when it was running the original Vekoma trains. With the premier trains, Goliath became an uncomfortable jackhammering mess, but the old trains tracked very smoothly, which allowed me to enjoy the intense vertical drops and forceful inversions. Number 2. Wicked Cyclone. This rides a frenetic blitz of airtime and hang time filled inversions. I love the abrupt ejector airtime of the first drop, outward bank turn, and bunny hills, and it feels like time stands still when you gracefully invert through the ride's dense support structure. While it does feel like the ride slows down towards the end, a large majority of the elements still deliver great airtime outside of the ride's turnarounds. I have a separate review that goes into more detail, but my first RMC is still a ride I really enjoy. And coming in at number 1 is Superman the Ride. This is not only my favorite ride at Six Flags New England, but it is still a top 10 steel roller coaster for me. Superman is one of the best layouts ever devised. It starts as an out and back coaster with several camelbacks that deliver some of the strongest and sustained ejector airtime out there. Then the second half is a twister combining quicker pops of airtime with strong positive Gs. While the current restraints are bulky, I have learned to accept the U-bricks and find a comfortable riding position that allows me to appreciate all the things this intimate coaster does well. I have a separate review going into more detail, but this is still a world-class coaster. So those are my top 15 favorite rides at Six Flags New England, plus a few bonus cameos from defunct rides I rode previously. What are your favorite rides at Six Flags New England? Or what are your favorite rides of the park's Riverside days? I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. If you enjoyed this countdown, I would appreciate if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canobie Coaster. Thanks for watching.